the biggest new social fad is AI.
Mm-hmm.
We're learning how to use it. It's everywhere. And I came across on social media this social experiment with ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
So you were supposed to type into your ChatGPT the following. If you were the devil, how would you destroy the young minds of the next generation?
Mm-hmm.
And then the ChatGPT would give you these somewhat very, very accurate description of how the devil would destroy our future generations. So the following is what it came up with. Eroding the truth and critical thinking, glorifying superficiality, addiction to distraction, breaking families and communities, normalizing hopefulness, mocking virtue, and that's it. So it came out with 6 different subtopics of how the devil would destroy the minds of young children, eroding truth and critical thinking.
Promote misinformation, suppress education, and discourage curiosity so that kids grow up unable to distinguish fact from fiction. Sounds like our news channels these days.
Sure. but also sounds like our school system.
It does sound like our school system.
Because all we're doing is studying for the test.
That, and they're also cutting out a lot of things these days so that everybody could be on the same level, essentially. So things that some kids don't understand, they're like, let's make sure nobody understands it. So let's just cut it out altogether. The cancel culture.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yes.
So it's already happening.
Yeah.
Because and that has a lot to do with the media, the way that media is pushing certain agendas and certain topics that I guess younger generation, because like we are not me, but because I'm older, I'm not gonna name my age, but the younger kids are growing up now on social media. They're growing up. We were growing up differently to where we had the news. You could buy a newspaper and read it. We didn't even know what Google was, you know.
But I also feel that the news before was a little bit more
diversified,
mm-hmm. and also less opinionated.
Yes.
Because I'm sorry, but now it's like 2 schools of thoughts. If you're watching Fox, you're one way.
Yeah.
If you're watching CNN, you're another way. But there has to be something in the middle.
Yes.
And I have not found that yet.
And it's not only is it causing eroding truth and critical thinking, it's causing conflict between people who don't agree with each other versus just sitting there and talking it out. Everybody gets so emotional about everything. It's true. And I think that the way that things are presented to young people is completely different than they were before. And it really is corroding, because now it's like they're either this way or that way. And that's it. And there's no in between. You cannot be in between. You either have to go this way or that way. And that's it.
So the next one is glorifying superficiality. And this is what I talk about before in the beginning of the podcast, which is it's all about fame. It's all about like the next best thing. It's all about these like TikToks and Instagram reels of famous people and or like people trying to be perfect. And then everybody else is like, oh my God, I want that. I want that. I need that. And it has the values are just gone. It's all of what I want, what I can get, what I need, and that's it.
Yes.
And it's not about how it can help me, how it can help others, how it will benefit, everyone, or at least some. It's only how it's going to benefit me.
Yeah. And the next one is addiction to distraction, which is to create tools and platforms that keep young minds constantly distracted, scrolling, comparing, consuming, leaving no space for reflection or real connection. That's your Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, not so much, because it has like the longer versions, Facebook Reels.
Plus YouTube, you have to actually find something.
Yeah, YouTube, you have to search. Here, it's like your algorithm just builds it. And I find myself too, like you'll sit there watching something and it just keeps constantly sucking you in.
And if you put something into your search engine,
Yeah,
It'll pick
pops
it up
everywhere. Yeah.
And Instagram will pick it up, and then you'll get advertisement for
Do
it.
you know we were talking when I went to Kalahari last year? I was talking about it with Brett, and it popped up on my phone
Oh yeah,
to book it, like on Instagram, on
listening, 'cause your
Facebook.
phone's
Yeah.
listening.
Well, it's AI also.
Absolutely. Breaking families and communities.
Undermine the support system kids need, loving families, safe neighborhoods, good teachers, so they feel isolated and unsafe. Happening now too.
Yeah.
I think so. I think that there's so much division now between well, they say like rich and poor, right? But the news, the politicians, they're all coming out with this like you're either this way or that way, right? But what is everybody really doing to help the situations of children living in poverty? Nothing. We're just talking about it just to let's create this divide between people, right? So there is no more middle class, forget about it. That doesn't even exist anymore. You're either rich or you're poor. That's it. I mean, that's how I feel. And I would say like I'm middle class, and I feel like we're like nobody to anybody, right? We're just like just taxes the max and that's it. But yeah, and it causes such a divide, but nobody's really doing anything to help it. The newscast channels that are so opinionated, who are making millions, are they going into these neighborhoods and saying, here's some money to help you, let's build a center for these children? But nobody's doing that.
Right. Normalizing hopelessness.
It spread the belief that nothing matters, the world is doomed, and individuals can't make a difference.
Which is true. I remember like before, like everybody would make fun of the people who would go like abandon all their electronics and go live in the forest and just live off the earth with their like the Martian hats, the foil.
Doomsday preppers.
Yes. But now I think it's like the norm. It's the norm. Because it's always like, oh, do this, do that.
Yeah.
If you want this, do that. If you want to live like this, you have to give up this and that and whatever else. And you have a bunch of people running around thinking, that's it, we're doomed. The earth is going to explode.
Yeah.
And everybody's going to die.
Yeah.
And like all these things are people just going at it.
Yeah.
Just not even listening to each other and just going at it.
Yeah, yeah. And the last one is mocking virtue, which is turn kindness into weakness, honesty into naivety, and integrity into foolishness. And then happening now too.
These are all the same thing, like all your TikToks and all your Instagrams where all the girls are like, oh, if you want to be cool, dress like this.
Yeah.
And if you want guys to like you, look like a clown.
Yeah.
It's like you need the crazy makeup and the crazy hair, and you need the certain kind of clothes.
Yeah.
And you need to act a certain way. And even like with this whole, like the way they speak now in like letters and syllables. And it's like, what are you saying? What are you doing? And in like some symbols, they show each other symbols.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And I'm like, well, what is this? Who can understand you?
Yeah.
I mean, that all time, that's all breaking things down and just mocking everything, mocking your family, because obviously your family doesn't understand what you're doing, talking in letters, A, L, W. Like, what are you saying?
And again, this also goes back to the differences in opinion, like turn honesty into naivety. So if you don't agree with somebody, they're like, oh, they're just stupid.
Right.
They don't know what they're talking about.
They don't.
Like, I know better. Yeah.
They didn't watch Fox. They didn't watch CNN.
Yes.
And they don't know. But it's like, but I thought that this was really cool because like, so basically everything that we have going on right now is basically like the devil's watching.
Yeah.